checking my records, I thought I've already done this beer before, but I haven't. I think I've only done maybe a couple other tangerine-based IPAs or session ales or pale ales back in the day, but we got another one. Because tangerine's amazing on its own, but throwing it into a beer, let's see what happens. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, from the Rooski Brewski Review. And today the beer that I have for you guys is by the Broadhead Brewery out in Ottawa, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, craft brewed in Ottawa, the capital of the country. Broadhead Brewery Tangerine IPA. Now you might be wondering to yourself, well, Brewski, that looks a little different than what it used to be. And yeah, you're right. It used to be tight squeeze Tangerine IPA, if I'm not mistaken, but they did a little bit of a rebrand, a new look, but the same old beer. And old isn't a bad thing. Same beer, new logo. Let's get into it. Tangerine IPA, 5% alcohols by volume. How many IBUs? It does not list a number, but it's smack dab in the middle on a little scale there with the hop flour. But so since it's right smack dab in the middle, I go over to the website and it does show you the IBUs, 50, right in the middle between 0 and 100. So everything's good here. So yeah, 5%, 50 IBUs. Let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Very excited. I haven't had a new Broadhead in the new cans yet. Oh, and that's gonna do that. I knew it. It's gonna fall out. But thankfully, it didn't. A little worried now, but at the same time, not too worried. Should be good. I'll check the date on the can, see what's going on. But looking at the beer, beautiful orange or amber color on it. Little haze to it. Nice off-white head on top as well. Almost matches the color of the can, but in drink color form, because getting a matte drink is, I would assume, is quite hard to do. Let's have a smell. On the nose, pine, grapefruit coming right at you. Yeah, I can get tangerine 100%. A little bit of mix of both rind, zest, and juicy tangerine. That smells pretty good. Let's give it a swirl. Let's see what else pops up. Anything that really stands out is just the tangerine. No, more like just straight up tangerine. A little resinous. I'm thinking that's maybe the rind of the tangerine. That's pretty good. Smells delectable. Let's dive in. On the sip, yes, tangerine, definitely a bit more heavier on the zest and on the rind portion of the tangerine. Also, a little undercarbonated in my opinion. Mouthfeel doesn't seem like it's there. Like the effervescence of it isn't up to snuff. Maybe it's by the reason why I went a little bit. It didn't overflow by any means, but we did have almost a big oopsie where it needed to be cleaned up. And so far, not too bad. We're gonna dive in. We're gonna figure out what's going on here. Figure out what it's all about. So with that said, guys, cheers everybody. Let's keep on drinking. A little earthy as well, like like fall leaves sort of earthiness going on here. Again, I think that's attributing to the citrus rind of it. Yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like bordering West Coasty in a sense because of that slightly, not citrus rind, but earthiness quality I'm getting out of it. It is undercarbonated or has lost carbonation over time. That's one thing I'm noticing too. It seems like it would be a lot crisper, a lot more bubbly, a lot more effervescent. But when I cracked it and it sort of just started coming out of the top, The carbonation is just dropped right down a little bit, so mouthfeel on here isn't what you would have expected, especially out of an IPA. On the effervescence side of things, it just feels flat. It feels really flat. There is still a little bit of carbonation going on, but on the outside, just that middle oomph of bubbly effervescence goodness, that's just not there anymore. So something to note indeed. But it is damn refreshing. Bitterness on here, gonna get you for sure. It's right there in your face, not smacking you around, but you know it's coming to party. You know it's coming here to say, hey, what's up? I'm Mr. Bitter, and we're gonna have a good time together. It's exactly what it's doing here with the beer. Yeah, not bad. See what the can has to say. Established 2011, Broadhead Brewery, Tangerine IPA. Like I said, 5% alcohols by volume, 50 IBUs on the website. White and matte orange with black accenting on the can here. Looking pretty damn spiffy. Description: work hard, drink easy. At Broadhead, great things come from hard work, passion, and ingenuity. Our recipes are crafted to be flavorful yet approachable, striking a balance between innovation and tradition. We are makers of beer you can trust. I like that. Scan with your camera to hear our story. They do a little QR code, so if you want to scan, can you guys get the scan? I don't know if you will, but if you did, let me know down in the comment box below. Produced by Broadhead Brewing Company, Ottawa, Ontario. They also do have a picture of their, I'm guessing their setup or a setup as well, which are pretty damn cool. Contains barley. No specific ingredients on here, but there is a package on date. Packaged on July 22nd, 2020. So it's packaged on July 22nd. It is right now August 12th, so it's not even a month old. And that happened. It lost a bunch of carbonation out of it, and it started to overflow out of the can. That's not a good thing. The only thing that makes sense to me, I mean, the only markings on that can is this. There's a little dent right here. It goes in just a little bit, but that's not detrimental, I don't think. So I don't know what's happening there. Being under a month old, that shouldn't be a thing, but it was. So be that as may, maybe hopefully your can doesn't do the same thing. So that's never a fun time, almost losing or even losing beer, and then losing the full experience because something happened with the beer inside. It should not be this flat. On the website broadheadbeer.com, you have to go to the shop page to get some information about the beer, because they haven't redone their specific beer page, but hey, that's fine. Tangerine IPA, 5% ABV, 50 IBUs, 8 on the SRM scale. The description they have here is light copper in color, a bright hoppy aroma with distinct tangerine and citrus notes. Gives way to a strong, crisp hop bitterness on the palate. A lingering dry finish packed with flavor, yet highly sessionable. Sessionable, yes. Crispy, crisp hop bitterness. Yeah, there's a hop bitterness, but I wouldn't call this beer crisp. Maybe they're using crisp as the for describing the hoppiness out of it, but crisp, losing that little bit of effervescence there. Don't make it crispy no more. But still, very nice looking website. Very simple, easy, straight to the point. There's a price there. I'll tell you the price in just a second. On Untappd, Tangerine IPA has been given a 3.42 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of just under 3,000 ratings. Now, I don't remember if I've had this beer before. I know it's not on the channel. No, I've never reviewed it, but I don't remember if I've ever had it before off camera. Knowing me, I probably have, and that was years ago. I just don't remember off the top of my head right now. But hey, what do you know? This also, Untapped has a little bit of a different description. I don't think it's from the brewery itself, or maybe it is. I don't know where it's from. It's just what's on Untapped. They say, this sexy tangerine beast is brewed with Warrior, Simcoe, Cascade, Faulkner's Flight hops, and a few crates of tangerines, then dry hopped with Amarillo. A distinct orange aroma, light body, dark blonde color, crisp, hoppy taste with a citrus blast on the finish. The perfect beer to share with friends or your main squeeze. So I'm not sure where that description came from. It's just on Untapped. I don't know who has say on putting the description. Is it from the brewery or is it somebody from Untapped? I'm not too sure, but hey, there's some information, and if it's the same beer and if it all makes sense, Warrior, Simcoe, Cascade, Falconer's Flight, and then dry hop with Amarillo, that's pretty damn cool. I also say it lists crisp again. This time it's not connected to hoppy, so like I said, it's lost some carbonation, so it's not as crispy as it may have should have been. If you're wanting to pick up Broadhead Tangerine IPA at your local LCBO or even on their website, you're going to be paying $3.40 for the 473 ml tall boy can. And for any Americans, I'm pretty sure that's about 16 ounces. There you go. Math and stuff and things. Get over to the regular old metric system. It makes a lot more sense. Pretty good beer though. I'm pretty pleased with it. Tangerine's on point. Big citrusy, huggable, lovable beer. It's just it's just my particular can. Didn't come out too right, so I'm missing the full experience. But I gotta review what I got. So with that said, guys, cheers my final sip. Let's get right to drinks and wrap this thing up. Tangerine IPA, Broadhead Brewing Company. A solid beer. Tangerine shows through quite nicely, not overly in your face, not artificial, but just nice and true and beautiful, and in many different shapes and forms. Juice, zest, rind, all that fun stuff. It's a good time. I wish my can maybe didn't have that little bit of an issue at the beginning, losing some carbonation out of it, but hey, even with that said, still a pretty damn good beer. Overall deserves a solid 7.2 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, the can, I really like the rebranding of it. Looks quite good. They got a nice gear. I don't know where the gear fits into Broadhead, but hey, somebody let me know, because maybe I'm just a little ignorant. But yeah, very nice looking can. Good information. Description, ABV, IBU, they should have put a number, but they got a little scale, and they got a little SRM scale as well. Doesn't tell you anything number-wise, but it's fun to look at. No ingredients on here, but they do have a clearly labeled package on it. It is quite small, but you can read it, so I do appreciate that. The good thing, though, about having the IBU and SRM in those little scale things, though, is that you're not lost if you still can't understand it. Because on the website, they give you ABV, IBU, and SRM in regular old numbers. Also, a slightly different description. And the price, because it's the shop page as well, and a beautiful picture of the can. And I really do like this rebranding. I think it just looks really clean and put together quite nicely. Presentation gets a solid 7.5 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, it'd be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Oh, tangerines, you're like the small oranges, if I'm not mistaken. I always get confused with tangerines and clementines because they all look so alike, just different shapes and sizes. Cheers.